Well, we told you were a finalist.
Mm-hmm.
The surprise is you won it. You were selected. You're the grand winner.
Oh my God. Thank you. We were just talking about like what a difference something like that would make, because we are starting to move into western North Dakota as well. And so it's just like, it's a huge deal. Thank you guys.
Thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Jenny Matala, and I am the founder and executive director at Soul 57. Our key goal is to provide a community of peers for youth in the community who have lost a close loved one to death. I lost my mom when I was 6 years old. She died of brain cancer. And then in 2019, my older sister also died of cancer. She had colon cancer. My sister had 4 young kiddos, so I was really thinking of them, but then also thinking of anyone else in the community who's going through this, who's going to grow up in their life without a parent or a sibling or somebody else close to them, and just what that grief can do to a child. There's so many youth and even adults out there walking around, and they hold that grief so tucked down inside of them. Their losses, death and loss, and the emotions that come with them have been such a taboo subject for so long. And so I had this idea for Soul 57 to give kids that community of peers so they know that they're not alone. So we do workshops and we provide art and music and writing. We do dance, yoga, gardening, equine therapy. We've just done all sorts of activities that might register, might resonate with these youth, and something that they can lean on in times of need. So 2 years comes up in September, and since then we've served 95 plus kids. We go into about 5 different schools right now. That number will grow in the next few months as the 25-26 school year kicks off. And we would like to see even more numbers pick up as we start moving into western North Dakota.
To think back 2 years ago of how excited we were to receive the letter stating that we had been approved through the state of North Dakota to have our 501c3 status, that felt like it was yesterday. And so to think that today we're in a physical space where we're able to house families for their sessions, it's just an unbelievable look back on those last 2 years, and it's just something that's really hard to describe.
Everything that we have done so far, we are listening to what the community wants and needs, and we're looking for ways to implement it. And most of the time, we don't necessarily know how we're going to fund it or how we're going to make it sustainable, but we know that it's what they need, and so we're going to try and make it happen. And so that $20,000, it opens up some breathing space and allows us to actually get on the ground and start implementing all these ideas that we've had and that we're building.
It can't be more timely with the fact that they're expanding. They're taking their services outside of the Bismarck-Mandan area, moving up to the Watford City and Williston area. They've had calls from Fargo for the same thing. It's awesome that we're able to help them at this really pretty unique time.
The part that we feel the most is when we see those connections being made, and we see these kids who come from different socioeconomic statuses, different backgrounds, different losses, people who would have probably never even blinked at each other on the street or in the hallways, and all of a sudden they're playing video games together and they're exchanging numbers, and it's just such a wonderful thing to see the connections that the hardest things that you're going through in life, they're still bringing these people together.